Alright, so to make this a little bit easier for myself in the long run, I definitely did want to kind of make a face and chest chart of what symbols or like markings she had on her face. So I just referenced from a couple of pictures from the internet that I found. There weren't too many, so I definitely wanted to get a little bit more detail in. And I just did what was on her forehead, her cheeks, down her neck, and then her chest area. But her chest area wasn't shown, so I kind of winged it a little bit. This definitely did help me in the long run, so I definitely recommend it, but obviously it is up to you. Alright, now onto the makeup itself. I am actually going to put my hair back, seeing as how it was really hot where I live, and I'm going to put on a wig anyways, so might as well get out of the way. Then using a dual-ended eyebrow brush, I'm going to be coming in with Roulette by Colourpop, and I'm going to use that to really darken my eyebrows. And I'm going to look a little bit funny because this looks ridiculous with my hair color. And coming in with the new Saucy palette by ILUVSARAHI with Chic Happens and Rozzy specifically. And I'm going to be using that on a fluffy brush mixed together. Going to be putting that into my crease and under my waterline with a fluffy brush because we're really going to want to diffuse this for the next step. Speaking of the next step, we're going to be coming in with NYX's Liquid Seude in the color Alien, which is a very deep black. And I'm just going to be putting a couple dots on my eye and then just patting that out with a dense packing brush. Make sure to pat it out versus swiping, because if you're going to swipe it a little bit, then it's going to be very streaky. Then once I've got that patted out to my heart's content, I'm going to be coming in with the other side, which is the fluffy brush, and then blending that out with, again, Chic Happens and Rozzy. And this is really going to smoke out the look, which is exactly what we're going for. Then once you've blended the crap out of that, you're going to come back in with Roulette, and you're going to be using a very flat packing brush. And just put that under your waterline. I followed that up with NYX's Jumbo Eye Pencil in Black Bean to line my waterline and my tight line. Then for once in my life, I'm going to be contouring with this taupe color by NYX, and this is actually a blush color, but I'm using it with a dense fluffy brush that I'm actually going to be squeezing a little bit to create even more dense, and it got right in my face. But basically the reason I am contouring is because you're going to want to look dead as all hell. Then taking it back to the Liquid Suede lipstick, I'm just going to be putting that on the inside of my lips and then following it up with the foundation or concealer of my color, putting that on the outside of the lips and then blending them together. This is going to make them look super cracked. And don't be afraid if you mess up a little bit, you can always go back and forth. I definitely took my time with this one because this is really what brings the entire look together as a whole to make it so you look very sunken in. Now for the markings themselves, I did find using a smaller brush is better because of the details it actually takes to do them, but you can totally use any brush that you'd like. And I just paired that with a water activated paint in the color black, and I used my little piece of paper that had all the markings on them to basically copy and paste them onto my face. Although these aren't super detailed, you will definitely need some patience to actually go through this because they do take a little bit of time. And this is where I started getting a little bit creative, which I took inspiration from what I had already put down, and then kind of just made my own as well because I couldn't get the right reference photos to actually show me specifically what each marking looked like. But I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys anyways, even though these aren't specifically the ones that she has on her. But once you've got all your hieroglyphics or markings down is when you're going to want to come in with any like gauze or bandages or bandage wrap. I just had these laying around my house, but you can totally get them from any Shoppers or London Drugs or basically any pharmacy. And you can get ones that actually are self-adhesive, although I didn't have those laying around and I really didn't want to spend money for no reason. So I did just put it into the clothing that I was wearing and I tied it to itself. Then obviously you have your hair for a reason, so adding the wig to look to almost finish off, but not quite yet. I did decide to paint my nails and my fingers black to make it even look more deceased. When you have your fingers painted black, it just makes it look a lot more evil. I don't know why, I can't put my finger on it.
Peace up, A-Town.
So pro tip over here, you can actually use a toothbrush in the same place as a splatter brush. It's just a lot cheaper. I think splatter brushes go from about $15 to $20, whereas toothbrush, I got this one from the dollar store. So I got a pack of like 3 or 4 for $1. So it definitely is a dupe. And I just use this to splatter water activated paint, again in the color black, all over me. And then I use the bristles to add even more texture to the bandages. But that is it for today's tutorial, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And I hope you're as excited as I am to see the movie.